Hi, and welcome back to the Emergent Health Podcast. Today, we're going to have a chat with Mother Nature again, this time about motivation. I think about this topic a lot. It's a question that my clients ask about all the time, and to be honest, it's something I struggle with too at various areas of my life. So the question is, how does one stay motivated to become healthy? Or meet any of life's goals for that matter? Just take a moment to go online and you'll come across countless people who will tell you the answer. You'll find people telling you to plan your day before bed, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get a head start in your competition, or find accountability partners. The suggestions are endless, all to keep the motivation flowing. So you follow the advice and you're still unmotivated. So I think it's time we sat down and had a conversation with someone who never gets distracted from her goal, Mother Nature. Welcome back to the show, Mother Nature. Thanks so much for coming in to talk to us today about motivation.
It's my pleasure, Chris.
So I guess I'll get straight to the point. How do people stay motivated to achieve their health goals, or any other goals for that matter? It seems to be a trick that only a few people can master.
I'm not sure I understand the question. I don't think I've ever considered needing to be motivated in the past 13.8 billion years.
You haven't? How come? It seems like you've got the ultimate never-ending job.
Well, Chris, it's because I'm in no way confused about what I wish to achieve.
Are you saying we are?
Yes. Let me help you understand. You mentioned a moment ago that motivation is a trick only some people can master. What did you mean by that?
Well, some people seem to be able to set their mind on a goal and just achieve it, whilst others, and I include myself in this really, will set our mind on a goal and promptly get amnesia about it moments later.
So you're saying it's possible for some people to reach a goal whilst others lack that skill?
Well, yeah. Why is that?
Values.
Values? Like, what do you mean?
When aiming for a goal, we can only fulfill on our core values, not just any expectation of ourselves.
Okay. We can only fulfill on our core values, not our expectations of ourselves. Where does motivation come into that?
It doesn't.
Okay, my head hurts now. I'm going to need you to explain that.
Those people you speak of that always seem to achieve their goals do not possess more motivation than you or anyone else. What they have is alignment, specifically alignment with their core values.
Okay, go on.
If someone truly values a certain physique, or winning a race, or starting anything difficult for that matter, they'll happily do what it takes to get the result. Therefore, we could say it's aligned with their core values. But if you are trying to achieve the same results as them, and you only really care about it because you think you're supposed to care about it, then it's unlikely you'll do what it takes to get the results. We could say it's not aligned with your core values. And because of that, it's even harder to remember you signed up to the goal.
Wow. I don't think I've ever thought of it like that. Are you saying that motivation emerges naturally when your goals align with your values, but motivation will remain dormant if your goals don't really register with your personal values?
That's exactly right, Chris.
That's blowing my mind. So, when a motivation expert tells you what you need to do to get motivated, is that advice only correct if it aligns with your core values?
Yes, but it goes deeper than that too.
How so?
It's not just the advice that needs to align with your values, it's the goal itself. For example, year-round, Chris, you get up before the sun on a Sunday morning to go for a sunrise hike, whilst everyone else would prefer to stay in bed. This is because together, the alone time and the exercise meet your core values.
Yeah, I agree. And none of my friends ever want to join me.
Exactly. It's your core value, not theirs. Something entirely different will motivate them to get out of bed before sunrise.
Sure. I know loads of people that will always book a red-eye flight just to get a few extra hours by the pool on holiday. I couldn't be less motivated to do that. I find it really stressful, especially with a young child in tow.
And there you have it. You couldn't be less motivated, all because you don't share the same values for eking every last drop of holiday you can at the cost of losing sleep.
And likewise, they don't value the solitude of a sunrise hike at the cost of losing their sleep. So it's not a matter of motivation at all. It's all about values.
Exactly.
That's so interesting. Okay, how about this? If a person develops a well-being goal because of a health scare or something, and they don't really value their new diet, for example, how do they stay motivated?
Well, I'll repeat what I said earlier. When aiming for a goal, we can only fulfill on our core values, not our expectations of ourselves. If the core value is defiance in the face of adversity, then it's likely they'll stick to the new diet, no matter what effort it takes. But other people are going to have to frame this new diet around another of their core values, like their children, their desire to return to a loved activity, their interest in travel, etc.
Okay, I see. It's unlikely you can motivate yourself to stay on the diet. But you could reframe why you're on that diet in the first place and have that framing meet a true core value of yours.
Yes, Chris, that's the important step to allowing motivation to emerge.
Okay, well, this values-based motivation thing is just mind-blowing. It's amazing. Thank you. Let me do a roundup of what I've learned so far in our conversation today. Okay, motivation is not something you can force. It emerges naturally if you align a goal with a true core value of yours. A good sign that you're not aligned is actually the lack of motivation you feel. You may even rapidly develop amnesia around the goal that you set for yourself. That's a surefire sign that you need to rethink it. When you have a health scare and you don't naturally value the lifestyle changes that you need to make, try reframing the activities towards something else that you do value, like returning to an activity that you love more quickly. And finally, remember, when aiming for a goal, we can only fulfill on our core values, not our expectations of ourselves. So it might be worth thinking more about what your core values are than worrying about remaining motivated all the time.
Nicely summarized, Chris. I like it very much.
Thank you. I've learned so much in this conversation today, so thank you very much for coming in and talking to me about motivation. I didn't realise that I'd be really having a conversation with you about core values, so maybe we can dig into that a little bit further in another conversation.
Of course, I'd love to.
Okay, that's great. So thank you again for coming in. It's been a great conversation, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Thank you for having me on the show, Chris.
So I hope you enjoyed this conversation today. For me, the most important thing to take away is to be more compassionate with yourself around your waning motivations. Think of it like this. Even the most motivated person you know lacks motivation in some areas of their life. You just know them for what they're particularly motivated for. So if you're lacking that motivation, maybe you've just not found the right value to attach to the goal. Have a think about whether or not the goal that you've set for yourself really matters to you deep down in your core values. If you're looking to make more sense of your health and well-being, then please check out the links below. You'll find a free course over there that you can sign up for today, or if you'd like a personal approach, it would be my pleasure to coach you. Thanks for listening, and remember, great health emerges naturally when you allow Mother Nature to guide you.